Welcome back to The Explainer. I am so pumped you're hanging out with us today because we are going to completely demystify something that honestly is just absolutely fascinating. The actual mechanics of judged ballroom dancing. If you've ever watched a comp and thought, wait, how on earth did the panel pick that couple for the trophy? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to literally crack open the judge's clipboard and look at the real insider criteria.
First up, we've got to tackle the elephant in the room. Is ballroom judging purely subjective? It is so incredibly common for folks to sit in the audience, see the glittering sequins, the dramatic spins, the crazy high energy, and just kind of assume that winning is all about who looks the flashiest out there on the floor. It's super easy to think it basically just boils down to a judge's personal taste, right?
Well, no. The answer to that is a definitive no. It is actually built on highly repeatable criteria. There's a strict underlying science to the scoring. Sure, different events might emphasize slightly different details, but the core evaluation, it's incredibly structured. The judges are hunting for very specific, measurable elements of execution, interpretation, and presentation.
Okay, so let's dive right into this insider's playbook. Here is the exact roadmap we're using to understand the scorecard today. 1. Flawless technique. 2. Rhythm and footwork. 3. One system. 4. Presentation art. And 5. The deciding factor. Let's get into it.
Starting right off with number 1, flawless technique, which is truly the absolute foundation of a winning routine. Look, before a judge looks at literally anything else, they are evaluating your fundamentals from the ground up. We're talking correct posture and frame, totally accurate foot placement, clean weight changes, controlled body shaping, and a consistent connection. Basically, no wobbling. What this really means is no late recoveries. Every single movement has to be executed without ever breaking the visual line of the dancer.
And the contrast here perfectly illustrates the difference between an amateur and a pro. It's discipline versus improvisation. Judges are looking for the gritty details like body alignment, the quality of your rise and fall, the smoothness of your swing and rotation. If you nail these details, it proves to the panel that you are dancing with serious discipline. You aren't just making it up or improvising your way through a tricky sequence. You have actually mastered the fundamental mechanics.
All right, moving to our second pillar, rhythm and footwork. And this is notably where a ton of competitors actually lose their points.
So the crucial point we need to make here is that elite musicality isn't just some internal, emotional feeling. It is way more than just nodding your head and feeling the music. Elite musicality is translating that rhythm into visible, repeatable timing choices. Because here's the thing, even if your choreography is absolutely stunning, it's going to completely fail on the scorecard if your timing isn't perfect and easily readable by the panel.
The judges are looking for precise mechanics. First, you have to match the rhythm accents perfectly. Second, you need to visually settle onto the beats. And third, you have to flow naturally between the counts. Your footwork has to be sharp enough to read from all the way across the room, but it can never, ever look frantic or like a series of disconnected poses.
Moving right along to pillar number 3, one system. This is all about partner connection and synchronization.
Ballroom is, above all else, a partnership. If you want those high marks, synchronization is absolutely critical. The judges are constantly watching how leaders and followers respond to each other. Are you sharing timing smoothly? Are you traveling together consistently, communicating direction and energy, matching your spacing and tension? Here is the catch with all of this. Even if both dancers are highly skilled solos, mismatched spacing or a late response to a turn is going to completely destroy that unified look.
Now, what's really interesting is this powerful takeaway directly from our sources. The strongest team looks like one system, not two people moving side by side. That is the exact mental image you need to adopt to truly understand elite partnering. It's not about two great soloists just sharing the floor. It is about creating a singular, cohesive entity that moves as one.
Next up is our fourth pillar, presentation art, which is all about how you interpret the character of the dance.
This is where the polish really meets the fundamentals. The judges want purposeful facial expressions, elegant arm styling, and high line quality that perfectly matches your specific category's expected look. Your styling needs to feel grounded, right? It should enhance those key musical moments rather than being exaggerated or distracting from your core technique. Every single movement has got to feel purposeful.
Let's move to our final section and see how all of this builds into the ultimate secret for winning over a live panel. Section 5, the deciding factor. When it comes down to the overall impression, there's a very sharp contrast the judges look for. A clean, simple routine with solid fundamentals versus a complex routine showing visible breakdowns under pressure. And the insider consensus is incredibly clear on this. A flawless, simple routine will consistently beat a messy, overly complex one every single time. The judges are constantly evaluating that balance between the sheer difficulty of your choreography and the actual quality of your execution.
So if you want to reliably score higher, here is your game plan. Prioritize correct technique above all else. Demonstrate clear musical timing, and choreograph to actually protect your synchronization. But most importantly, train the routine to be repeatable. Under those bright, intense competition lights, consistency is the true divider that separates the finalists from the rest of the pack.
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly important question. The next time you step onto the floor, or even just the next time you watch a competition, ask yourself this. Will you choreograph to impress the crowd with flashy, high-risk moves? Or will you design a routine to show the judges undeniable, flawless consistency? Honestly, it completely changes how you view the entire art of ballroom dance. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helps you see the dance floor in a whole new light. Catch you next time.